Friday late afternoon. I am currently hand sewing the pleat panel for Zelda and thought I should check in. This is prep for Setsucon, which I'm very excited about. It's my first con of 2024 and it'll start off my cosplay season essentially, which will be from like February to I think September if I go to Setsucon East, which is a possibility because it is so damn close. Other than that, to refocus, I have a lot to do today, and I have even more to do tomorrow, and I only have 3 weekends to get everything done. Fortunately, I do have quite a bit done. I have Sophie, which is right back here. She's right here. I just finished her lace apron. I decided to do lace because it's fun and it's the fabric I had. So her lace apron's done. I took a straw hat I had for like Lolita fashion for like forever. So it's like 2012. And I added a red band to that. I made the pink hair bows. You can see this white wig head right there. That's Sophie's wig. I still need to cut bangs and like I put Princess Hime side things because I like them on me. Not that it's accurate, but like I'm wearing a Lolita dress for Sophie, so it does not matter at this point. And you can see Zelda's right over here as well. They exist over there on my ironing board where my tabard is sitting because there is no permanent spot for Zelda's tabard because it's not delicate, it's just I would prefer it not to become permanently curved by sitting on an unleveled surface. So that's over there. The things I have to get done over the couple of weekends is that I have to make ears, horns, tail, claw boots, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to make. I think I technically need to make a garter belt, potentially, is a possibility. I also know that M is currently working on Link from Tears of the Kingdom, which I'm very excited about. I'm always excited when they want to cosplay with me, and it's even more exciting when they make their own costumes, because I think M has a lot of potential and like a lot of heart, and it always turns out so good. So I'm so excited. Setsucon is my fun con, essentially. It's a fun, tiny con that I adore very, very much. My first Setsucon was last year in 2023, and I was super excited, and it was such a great time, and I made quite a few friends there. It was a good entry into like getting back into the cosplay scene after being gone for like 5 years at this point. And I'm hoping possibly to compete again this year. We'll see. I won like first place in Journeyman last year. We'll see how it goes. I mean, honestly, I just want to walk. That's it. That's all I want to do. I just want to get on stage. I want to walk. I want the cosplay judges to give me advice and like feedback because like that's really what I want. I don't actually want a place. I just want to converse and get excited about my cosplay. That's all I want to do. But it's exciting, and I'm taking it slow, and we're really, really hoping that it'll be a gentle, easy, but productive cosplay crunch into the month. Fortunately, I already got started like on December 26th. You may see some footage or some photos before this. And I got quite a bit done. Like most of Sophie was like done in like a weekend. hopefully if I get everything super done early, which would be super cool, maybe I will make something for Sunday. It's a possibility. It could happen. Stranger things have happened. Or I'm gonna be in the hotel room still sewing like Friday night. Which I hope not. That's what I did last year, which was fine. Like, I have proof of me just sitting there doing this on the sewing machine and like styling my wig for Pikachu, and I think I actually finished my prop in the hotel room. Like, one second. Yeah, this thing that I made, which still has the security tag on it from Setsucon last year, I finished this in the hotel room. Like, we got there Thursday night, and I finished this Friday at like 2 a.m. in the con hotel room. Like, I had the window open and I was spray painting varnish in the Fairfield. Don't do that. Don't be like me. I need to search these edges. This is so sad. It's okay. It gives it character, right? Totally. Please don't ask me if I'm gonna wear that cosplay again. I probably will. I just don't know where. I still really want to shoot it, like, really bad. I want a nice photo shoot of, like, my Kajinkachu in, like, a nice cherry blossom field somewhere, or, like, on a red bridge or something, or on a mountain. It would be super freaking sweet. That'd be so cool. Maybe I should just take it to the Poconos with my friends. Could do that. Anywho, I'm going to continue hand sewing the closures in order to keep the placket panel in on Zelda's dress, which, by the way, if you're curious, this is the best way that I thought of how to do this. Like, I haven't seen how anyone else does it because they've been super secretive about it, other than, like, excuse me, if you, like, go to Lazy Michelle, fantastic cosplayer, love her to bits, so cool. My foam tabard, like the pieces of Zelda's tabard, I bought that pattern from Lazy Michelle because she did all the work for me. It was for a good price. I would rather give someone $20 for a foam pattern and then not have to spend 5 to 8 hours trying to piece it together and also research it myself. That's insane. I'd rather give her money. However, I did not buy the pattern for any other part of her Zelda cosplay. Not saying that it's not worth it. You should. If you don't want to pattern it yourself, you should. Absolutely. It's just I wanted to do it in a very specific way, and she did it a different way than me, and I was like, cool. But I like how mine looks better on me as someone who I don't have the package that Lazy Michelle has. She's got like boobs and a butt, and I don't, so I had to fake a lot of it in this dress, which is absolutely fine with me. It's fine. Anyhow, I'm gonna continue hand sewing. Enjoy this hand sewing montage as well as whatever else might become a part of this con vlog. Cosplay vlog? That's what this is. This is con prep vlog. I don't know if y'all do this, but I have a jar that I've refurbished, upcycled. This used to be one of those Stonewall kitchen jars that had like lemon curd in it or something like that. And I washed it, obviously, put a Goo Gone on it so it wouldn't be sticky anymore, and I put a cute little sticker on it. I don't know if you can see this cute little sticker. It's not gonna focus on the goose, is it? Please focus on the goose. Don't look at my face. Focus on goose. Anyhow, This goose sticker came from my wife's shop. It's Fairy M on Instagram. I'll link it in the thing below. But it's good and wonderful, and this was a response to the fact that I collect, not a lot, like obviously I don't have a collection of it, but I want to collect goose themed glassware and jars and such like that for my sewing room, because in theory the sewing room colors will be white, pearl, and blue. It's not that way right now, as you can tell, because there are this strange grayish green wall color on the ceiling and the walls. But that's the hope, that's the idea. And she was very sweet, and she gave me the sticker, and it's cute, and I recommend. I don't wash that jar ever because it holds thread. I like take all my thread clippings off because I don't want my kitty babies to eat thread because it's very dangerous. Not that they're up here very often, but when they are, I want it to be as safe as possible because there's lots of dangerous things in the sewing room for cats, and I would like my cats to live. Right? Alright, I kind of want to see how this hangs before I commit to the left side closure, like the circle part of the hook and eye, the eye part, that part. So I'm gonna hopefully throw this on my mannequin and get a good guess where it should go. The last time I put all these pins in, it was on my body, and I don't feel like doing that because it's like 28 degrees in the attic. It might be actually a little bit warmer. It might be closer to like 34. I have the heater running, hence the noise that you're hearing in the background is the heater. Hopefully I'm speaking loud enough for you to hear me, and hopefully the subtitle machine is working. So let's hope for that. Anyhow, I'm gonna chuck this on the mannequin and hopefully it functions well, because I'm not this size. This mannequin does not come close to my size. It's not even close to like M's size. You know what I mean? It's like a weird in between, and it's not a human shape. Dress forms are so strange. Like, everyone's like, you should get a dress form. It's so much easier with a dress form. And then you get a dress form, and then the dress form's not even close to like a human shape. Or maybe it is for you at the moment, but even if it's adjustable, it's still not great because it's only adjusts by like 3 inches. Like, I think this mannequin goes from, what is it, like, supposedly an 89 centimeter bust to 100 centimeters. And in theory, you're like, oh, okay, so like 11 centimeters. And I'm like, that's not that much. Like, it's like, yeah, it's like 4 inches. A 4-inch difference. Bodies fluctuate way more than that. It's just, I don't know. It's frustrating. When I got this mannequin, I thought it was going to be the dream item, and it was super not. But then again, I bought this mannequin in 2011 when I was a baby cosplayer and a baby sewer, and I don't know what I was doing half the time anyway. So, it's fine. The fit issues were me. The fit issues were not the mannequin. Now the fit issues are because of me and the mannequin. fine. I think people are gonna mistake me for Luffy with this hat. That's what I told my wife. She doesn't believe me. And again, my wife doesn't know what One Piece really is, so other than the anime that looks like Dragon Ball Z, but it's the pirate one. I mean, she's not that wrong. Oh, I unpinned the wrong thing. Oh no. I got it. It's gonna be okay, kids. We're gonna make it out alive, I promise. Okay. Hey, look at this. What? God, poor Zelda. Hold on. This cosplay is so heavy because of the stones that I sewed onto it and the beads. So like, I feel like if I don't hoist her or prop her up, that she could rip. Not that I've been given any indication that that's what will happen, but I don't want it to, so hence the caution. Ah. Alright, that's a start. Ooh. Hee. Alright, hold on. My boots. Boot, scoot, boogie. Are these clean? Yes, they are clean. Cool. So the theory is, which I don't think you could see very well. One moment. Alright, so the idea, which you can't really see here, is that she zips up in the middle, right? Then the tabard goes on top of her. This is a waist tape with a little skirt hook on it. By the way, these skirt hooks are amazing. They are 100% wonderful, amazing. I love them. All the ones that I have are vintage that I bought at a resale shop. So if you can get the old ones, these are baller as fuck. Like, oh, they're so good. Anyhow, so let me tuck her in there. She does not need to be doing that. Alright, so she zips up, and then her pleat panel, if you hoist the green dress, there's a white dress under there. And this panel hooks with hook and eyes on the far left and right side. And then there are snaps closer to the zipper. Now I have to mark where this snap goes and then where the other hook and eye goes up here, which you can't really see because it's a little hard to do with one hand. But anywho, that's how I solved the pleated portion of Zelda's dress problem. Because, oh man, it sure is a problem. Anywho, wish me luck. Bye. Alright, the wind is going to be really, really noisy in this, but I am taped, which you can kind of see. That's really loud, I'm assuming. But I'm using my wife's reference image for Zelda, so she has scallops on her legs to differentiate the fur textures, so we're gonna do that and draw that on, and hopefully everything will be fine. Oh man, this is gonna be a time. My lower back hates this. This is terrible. I just want to give a quick glance of the tabard I made last time for Zelda. It's real shoddy. You can kind of see that, you can tell like the lines of where I drew this out on the back of the fabric, like they kind of peak. It looks like shading or like, oh, it's just darkness. But this is just 2 pieces of faux leather glued together, like with hot glue. Like this is hard, but the rest of it's like just really bendy, flexible. It's not ideal. It worked for the time because I was rushing, and this is like embroidery floss and some metal round pieces. Not great. However, I am working on a little tester piece of EVA foam wrapped in pleather. It's still drying right now, but I at least have it pierced with some really, really thin wire that I'm hoping will be strong enough for everything. So while that dries, we are going to wait and see, but I hope it works out, because that would suck if it doesn't. Another update. This is Sunday. I don't know if I said that yet, but this is Sunday. I want to update about what all I got done. So I'm going to show you this green thing behind me is my tail for Zelda. I still have to put like some stuffing, shave her down a little bit more, put a initial piece of flannel around her, so that when I put the outside part, she doesn't look green on the inside, because I don't want people to know that she's made out of couch material. So that's where she is. I'm about to do the most terrifying part of the tail situation, and here's why. I'm gonna flip the camera around. So tail, right? Where will tail go? Well, in theory, tail will be going up the dress. This is the inside of Zelda right now. And she needs a little place for my harness, my belt loop harness, to go through. So I'm going to cut a hole in her and then bind it with some gross green ribbon right here. That way, when I put on the initial, it'll be like a looped belt with a parachute clip, and on the back of it we'll have a long twill tape that will go down the backside of my dress to cause no bulk. Zelda's dress has a bunch of bulk back there, and it looks like there's a lot going on. It's just a lot of creative folds. And here's that twill tape harness that I built. And then it'll connect to a D-ring or some metal contraption that will then hook onto these little black copper wire bits that will be sticking out of the tail, which is right here. That is the theory, the cosplay theory of how I'm going to get this to work. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you can see it, but right there, that is the tape pattern for my boot covers. so that I can have dragon feet, which is a little bit more difficult because I don't have Warbler. I haven't worked with Warbler in like 10 years. 10 years? Yeah, no, it's 2023. It's been 10 years. The last time I worked with Warbler has been when Warbler was coming out. And I don't have it at home because I have only started making armor and props last year. I'm slow. I'm slow to the game. Anywho, I don't have time to order Warbler. I don't have time to buy Warbler. So we are going to go with furniture fabrics and EVA foam, which I do have, so that her claws can at least be EVA foam. And we're gonna go from there. Okay, that's a lot. It's a lot to do in almost 3 weekends left, with time for error. Hopefully there will be no errors, but there's time for things to happen. What else has happened? M just finished their tunic, and by finished I mean I sewed the sleeves on for M, which is fine. It was a little tutorial day where I'm like, this is how you do sleeves, and M was like, cool. And then midway M was like, this is scary, and I was like, yeah, it's scary. I'm picking up pieces of this green fuzzy so my cats don't eat it. Not that my cats are ever up here. They shouldn't be, but if they are, I want to make sure that's clean and safe for them. That's pretty much it. That's all I really have to say at the moment. Hopefully I will get even more progress done before next weekend when I update you again. Okay, bye. It is Sunday, roughly around noon, I think. I have several spikes to make for her tail, which is right here. That's her tail and her wig. I think I have one. If you saw in the time lapse, I have one spike. This is gonna be her main one for her, the end of her tail. This is an interpretation because hers are very crystal-like, very quartz-based. I don't necessarily love the shape of her spikes on her tail and her body, so I thought a little point would be cute. I just made sure that I rounded some of the style lines. So I have the main one done, the big one, and then I'm going to make one medium-sized one, and then I think 7 smaller ones that I will also put on. I did a wear test, and it wasn't really a wear test, it was more of I put the harness on, I attach it to the tail, and does it hold? Yes, it holds. The harness doesn't fall off my body. That's great. Perfect. I also did a test where I had a strap at the end of my tail, and then I posed slightly with it for a couple of seconds. That was cool. I tried it with the dress, so I know where the position needs to be for the tail to connect to the harness to be attached to my body, to have the cream part of the outer dress drape over the tail the right way. That was good. It could be better. I do know for a fact that I'm going to have to be careful with how I place the spikes, because the dress needs to cover the tail at least like 1.5 feet, so I can't have spikes there. So it's going to be like this weird lump underneath the shelf of my ass, which, by the way, is not a shelf. I don't have, like, it doesn't go out. I have curve in, so it needs to go under that. The canopy of my ass is where my tail needs to go. And there's a large possibility that I might have to take the base, or like, you know, the back part where the connecting pieces, I might have to shave it to make it more narrow. I might have to take it in. That's entirely possible. I'm trying not to think about that right now because that's giving me a lot of anxiety, in the sense of like, it is the 21st. Yeah, it's the 21st. The con is in 2 weeks. This, like, starting today and into the next weekend is my Hell Week. I'm making Hell Week the 2 weeks before the con rather than the week of the con. Because ideally, I want to be resting the week before the con. That would be great so that I can have the most fun I can at the convention. Because it's not the be-all, end-all of cons. Like, it's not. It's a cute, small convention center, and I don't need to stress that much about it. However, I would love to get her done. So, we're going to try this method and see if it works out. This is my second foray into EVA foam. It is taking me too much time, in my personal opinion, because I was lazy and I procrastinated. That's why. But we're going to see what I can do so far. Hopefully it'll turn out well, and I'll see you in some more cutting of foam. Or perhaps even when foam is done. Who knows? A mystery!